That was a bit loud. I'd forgotten I still had it open. Anyways, anyone who may... Oh, I need to still change this to my headset because I was distracted. So, yeah, there we go. Close all of that off and start this up. I said audio to my headset. Come on, stupid thing. Okay. There we go. Okay then, hello anyone who may be watching now, later on YouTube. Hillyan here, along with...
Drakir.
And finally, after some trouble last time, welcome to the Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2. Yeah, this didn't want to work last time. I forgot the door. So that will also... Actually, I'll leave it on, at least unlocked, so the cat can get in if she shows up. But yeah, last time we tried to play this, it just wouldn't play nice. So, like the original one, I had to buy it on Steam. And figure it, well, not really fiddle around. I had to download a file, put that in the game folder, and run it with compatibility mode, and suddenly it did want to work. So yeah. But yeah, again, rather disappointing about GOG, but there's little that can be done about it now.
Yeah, kind of disappointed that they seem to have a reputation to work hard to make sure the games are up to date and touch and all that.
I just remember to shut down my Chrome when I play this. It'll probably... Actually, I'll do that right now. Because it probably draws... it probably draws power away from the stream. And yes, that was Linkar that I was watching. And there we go. This is something that the other Soul Reaver wouldn't allow to have me restart it again. But yeah, shall we just get started then?
Yeah. Let's get it started. Like the Muppet Show.
Nope.
At last. I must say
Okay.
I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan, Kain. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case, when might be more apt.
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands.
This is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kain, some 30 years from now.
Ah, you two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Kain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Kain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then. But consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Kain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Kain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how, I had not yet discovered.
Okay, yeah, that was quite the lengthy entrance, 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, and no subtitle.
Yeah. Let's see. Where would that actually be? Sound? No. Game, hints, graphics. No. Yeah, basically the first part you could imagine was just a retread of the boss fight with Kain, but in a more visual aspect. And the last part was Mobius and Raziel meeting. Raziel knows that Mobius is a trickster, so he doesn't trust him, but he has Mobius has pointed him towards where Kain is, and told him that as long as Kain lives, well, even if Raziel can't be human anymore, he can embrace his humanity, his heritage, and kill Kain.
All right. And what? Okay, here's the thing. You expect the subtitle to be easy to find here?
I think the subtitles of the last one were from the fan patch, but as far as I know, there is no fan patch of this game. Okay, now let's change it. We have a block button, okay. Devour, X, Z is crouch. Okay, this is sort of like a 6-button. Oh, that's a heavy attack. Okay, it's acting a bit like a 6-button controller. Let's see then.
Okay, this is gonna be tricky. I can see quality just fine, but I can't hear anything beside you.
Okay, we're really having to go and figure something out with that through OBS. Because technically OBS should be getting or giving off sound as well. That's how I'm streaming this. Let's see.
Yeah,
we have to...
I have had sound before, but then I had to turn it down because of it came a bit loopy. But now it's on full volume and I only hear you.
I heard something in the... Yeah, like rats scurrying about.
Send in Inky then.
Let's see. Let's borrow this.
Wait, hold on. And that's right.
Mhm.
You have finally something that's just more than a staff or fancy stick. You actually have an battle axe for once.
What is auto phase? Not that, not that.
Is that an weapon?
Control. Okay. Oh, that's the same. Thank you. Oh, thank. Okay, that's a big ass sword. Yep. Oh, we can throw it. Okay, so the combat has been expanded. Alright. We're going to have to deal with this classic of being stuck with enemies until we kill them all or stuck somewhere. Let's... Do we have a... I doubt we have parries. Nope. No, we do not have to seem to have parries. Nope, okay.
What?
And there goes his head.
Oh, for the head and a rat. Wait. Rats? Undead? But... Is that undead Beanie?
Beanie might like them, but no, he's not here. Or maybe he is in spirit. Oh, I can block if I time right. Oh. You're an aggressive little son of a bitch, aren't you?
Yeah. What the heck are they? Vampires or zombies or something?
These are off with his head again. These are Mobius's mercs.
They look a bit grey.
Oh, hello there, miss. Sorry for disturbing you.
I was gonna say, this one looks a bit more nice to look at, like the Defiant.
Yeah, a lot better.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Kain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Yep. Hello there.
And now I see what it looks to be. Chainmail hood.
Yeah. Okay, this has a rudimentary combo system.
Is that good about the thing?
Yeah, it's better than just jabbing at something until it dies.
Could it be this mean that this one is the one that has the best combat system?
Looks like it, or it might be.
Ah.
Okay, it does look like all of the finishers with that sword at least are going to go for the head.
Well, it does look like a good cleaving sword.
Oh, we also have a compass in the corner. Must be in spectral.
Will be useful.
What is this? That must be the Reaver. And what is? Oh, a map. Okay.
Oh, forget. I watched the video you sent me about the Duma the other day,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of glad they did not include Duma's special skill in the future entries.
Yeah, that just absolutely sucked. For the people wondering, 2 days after I finished with Soul Reaver 1, Strictly Fantasy uploaded his video on Duma. So that was some fortunate timing.
Yeah. Have you seen that earlier? It will be very helpful.
This looks familiar. We've been here in Defiance. I think. Yeah.
Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
What he was saying there is, well, something I missed early. I didn't tell about earlier. Mobius' staff disabled the Soul Reaver, and it can disable vampires as well. And it's just
What?
yeah. So that explains how these mercenaries of his were able to, well, slaughter vampires, because, you know, if they can be debilitated like that, then they can be killed. Just punt right across the room.
That would explain a lot. And because their models look so similar to Defiance. Not as polished as Defiance, but close. And I do find
Okay, just I know you have to get to a lady's heart, Razio, but not that directly. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the dodging still a bit.
yeah, it's probably good if you learn that early on.
Because it seems the facing, either I'm holding the wrong button, or they've slowed down the combat. Because this does seem to be the facing button, or lock on button. Actually, let's have a quick look. Control, configure keyboard, aim, auto phase left control. Yeah, so yeah, not as agile as before. So yeah, we'll have to be more careful with combat. I thought that was a weapon hanging on the wall. Let's see, that door is blocked by a door.
I guess that's a very impressive camouflage, if that tricks you.
Let's see, can we get through this? No.
Wait, what?
I am pretty sure that we've been here in Defiance. There was a level that was the that was in the Seraphan Stronghold as well.
Yeah, and I'm confused. I expected this one you to key. Oh wait. It's because of Morpheus, ain't it? That you can't phase through those bars.
I think more it's that there's too much material in the way. So I guess that means for now we have to kill all of these people to get out.
Dear gods, the size of the weapons. In Defiant, they were at least somewhat more realistic sized.
Yeah, these were these weren't the 90s, these were the zeros. But some of the 90s still bled over.
Yeah.
Okay, get over to Daddy Raziel. Okay, I'm guessing we really have to kill everyone in the room.
Well,
It's annoying.
Just don't get killed by the ladies with the sickle axe? Scythe axe?
More sort of halberds.
Yeah, I'm saying scythe axe it's shaped on an axe, but it has a extra blade. The axes usually don't have it, so it kind of look like they want to mix it to a scythe and an axe for some reason.
Okay, Fasty of Katarina, great gameplay plot. Didn't know there were still people playing out there. I'm playing this because, well, I've streamed the other Legacy of Kain games so far. So, well, might as well finish off the series. Though, oddly or fitting enough, we started with Defiance at Drakir here's request.
Yep. Which I'm both glad of and ashamed of due to Hillyan's
Annoyance with the game.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to torment him, but there was some level I felt like this is just too much torture for him. He doesn't deserve this amount of torture.
And I hope Drakir is coming over loud and clear on the recording.
You can hear me at least very good, I hope.
Yeah.
That's good.
Maybe wait. I can use.
I removed my mic in front of my face just in case.
Okay, I didn't know that you could also use the mouse like this.
Like what?
For looking around, attacks, jump, okay.
Wait, hold on. If you can especially have a special move with the sword, does that mean you can take the axes with you?
Yeah, but I'm guessing we're just in a dead end here for now. So yeah, that was 5 minutes of wasted time.
And you drop it.
Yeah, because, well, we can't use it in the ethereal realm.
Okay. I'm glad to see you can still do that trick for...
Yeah, and at least it's faster now as well.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I always feel annoyed when I play a game that has a sequel and the character does not keep the skills they learned from the other games. They just... just forgot. That annoys me.
In some games it makes more sense. With Metroid, well, if you started with all of your upgrades, you could just blast through to the end boss immediately.
Yeah, some games it makes sense. Still annoying, but makes sense. Just story-wise, it kinda just doesn't work always.
Yeah, and
Well, can you kill the rats?
Someone's being cranky on the other side here. Okay.
Wait, is she the one you ran past?
Yeah.
Probably why she's cranky.
Okay, this sort of works. It keeps it faster, but I can't lock on.
She just... It rams you with the axe. Which I think it's an axe, but it's the wrong shape for a halberd.
Okay, this is not working. Nonsense. Okay, give me that, and give me your soul. And yeah, I guess we took the wrong turn.
I wonder what it's gonna be to see how you execute people with that damn thing.
Oh, there you go.
Alright. Oh, come on. Alright, you could pick it up again. That's good.
Yeah.
I sort of...
This door is also blocked. Okay.
Oh, so you don't get to hit the damn axe.
No, the grate and the door means that I just plain can't get through. And Fausty of Katrine, I replayed the entire series last year. I can hear both of you very well. Okay, that's good to know.
Ah, wonderful.
And I just remembered that I didn't upload the last stream to YouTube yet, I think. Maybe I did? We'll see. Yes, I think I uploaded it. Because I've taken to doing that the day after. Or at least I'm trying to take to that. But if we're not supposed to, if we can't go that way, and if the other path also seems like a dead end, then what am I missing? Pretty sure we can't get through that.
Maybe if you crawl under it. What the heck was that?
That was the crawl. Actually, does this thing have does it have controller support like this?
Maybe not with the new controls.
Yeah.
I just
Perhaps if I started up with it active.
I can like that there's a more standard form, but you can use a Xbox or PS4 controller for computers. But remember, computer controllers in the past were a nightmare to use.
Yeah, health must be full. You, get over here. Just freaking beelines. And I think I just did a stupid and wasted everyone's time. And they respawned.
As I neared the stronghold's inner sanctum,
Are you telling me you
sensation
didn't test
crept
that
over me.
thing first?
An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Kain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kain. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Kain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me, became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long dormant spirit was now fully aroused. And for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control.
What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Kain who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Kain laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Kain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the wheel of fate demands it.
What did you say?
The wheel of fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Kain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Kain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
Okay, to fill in a bit for Vakir up there, I think you might be able to glance a few things from that.
Yeah, and I think I recall this from a video. Ain't this the moment where the sword is basically stuck to his hand, the physical form?
No, that's another time.
Alright.
Yeah, that was a moment where a paradox could have occurred, because well, two items of the same thing were in the same of different times were in the same place and time. That's why the warping effect was everywhere. So, had Raziel chosen to, he could have slain Mobius there and killed him for good, because that would break history, because Mobius is supposed to be killed only in 30 years by Kain. But yeah, Mobius managed to snake his way out of it by appeasing Raziel's seraph inside. That's why he was so terrified, and that's why he got that freaking close-up.
Yeah, I think you heard me snort in amusement over his facial expression.
Yeah, I should make a gif out of that.
Yeah, of all characters, there are some interesting character faces, but Morpheus is just... It's kind of comical at times.
Yeah.
But also impressive, they took time to add the teeth, the tongue, and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think... I think the originals did this during this time, but not in this manner.
Well, they might have been a forerunner with that.
Yeah.
I need to put this thing in its charger. But yeah, the last thing there is that the Reaver has now been empowered. We can activate it whenever we want, even when we are damaged. But if we keep it out too long, it'll start devouring our own soul. So it will start draining our health.
So instead of being this thing that keeps you alive, it will try to kill you instead.
Yeah. Or at least it will start hurting us. And as you can see there, our health dropped a lot. So it might be that for now.
So this was the legendary Janos Ordren, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villagers below. His reign of terror ended when the Sarafan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordren truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
Okay, that was a bit more on Janos. I forget his. I've already forgotten his last name. But that vampire that we met in Defiance. Yeah, basically after I forgot to say that earlier, but that depiction earlier was of Janos slaying 6 of the Circle, which Mobius and 2 others survived. And this is him depicting him terrorizing the countryside, him getting slain by the Sarafan Order. And
Hold on. I thought it was the Vorador that killed the Circle.
Was it Janos Vorador? Yeah, no, Janos Ardren. I think no, Vorador was his servant. I think he was the guy the other vampire we met in Defiance.
Yeah, for the other one, depiction looked more like him.
Yeah, but that's also something. Vasil questioned if he really was as terrifying as depicted here, or if they're exaggerating his villainy to well, make themselves look better. Oh, wasn't there yeah, there was over here a door that I was sending for.
Yeah, I'm still new to the lore, but some things are somewhat fresh. I think Vordo was the one that killed the Circle. I think Janos...
Yeah, I think it was Janos.
I don't know what Jan's opinion was about that.
Okay, we can quick activate it with double by pressing the devour button twice.
Did you just turn into bats, or did they just appear at just the weirdest coincidence?
They were there by accident.
Alright.
Strange how my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here, and then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become, and a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
Hello. Yeah, a bit obvious here. this is a memorial to Raziel and his Seraphim brothers.
Yep. You're quite popular with the ladies.
Yeah.
And you're shot off her head.
Yeah, I think they know that Raziel gives good head like this. Or gets one at least, every time he kills them.
Oh dear.
Yeah, let's see. We have Rahab here. I'm more used to this being reversed. Now when I press down, it actually goes down.
Which is probably preferable.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I keep going down instead of out. Now Kaya here.
I can relate. Of late, when I do Guild Wars, due to Valheim, instead of clicking I for inventory, click tab by mistake.
Duma, why does he have the gargoyle behind him?
That's a good question.
And Stefan. And, well, Raziel is the only one to get a statue. I guess he must have been the MVP. Terrell, who also known as Sir not appearing in this game and the previous. And we're back to Rahab.
It does appear in the last game.
Yeah. But again, he was supposed to show up in the first game, but they ran out of time.
Yeah, and then they need to cut him out because of it could screw up the cutscene or something. That there was a limit to how many characters could show at once.
Yeah, that's in a later cutscene. So he once again got the shaft.
Yeah.
Or as Dragon Ball Z fans would say, he got Yamchat.
I don't get that one.
Yamcha in the original Dragon Ball series, before Z, he was a reasonably important character and friend of Goku. But in Z, well, he was the first to get absolutely obliterated and was of practically no use after.
And for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality. And I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Kain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest, and if Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
Okay, that was Raziel talking about how lush and vibrant everything looks in comparison to, well, the hellscape of the previous game.
Well, he's not wrong.
And also that he senses that the circle is nearby, and Mobius earlier told him that Kain was waiting for him there in ambush. Okay, he immediately just dart down.
He swims a bit. Okay, he seems to swim a little bit odd at times there.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn to the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Okay, basically, checkpoint. If we die here, this will open up a new portal to us, for us to return here.
Okay. So Ouroboros of checkpoints.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I half expected a shark to come out there. Or crocs.
Oh, hold on, I almost forget. Is there anything with this?
It looks like this should be, but maybe not yet.
Yeah.
or I don't know. But there is a compass, so it's probably a bit open worldish.
Yeah. Well, the last one was as well. It just you had to get a, a separate map and such.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we here?
In a lake.
Yeah, everything is already a lot bigger, and is that the that can be the pillars? And for one, it's way too short.
And for a second, it's wavy.
Wrong button.
It,
Here it is. Underwater, the controls are reversed.
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Oh, we've lost a lot of health. And yeah, these are our save stations.
okay.
That is going to get annoying because, yeah, we don't have a save game option here. Yeah, that I would call a bad decision.
Yeah, that's basically downgrading.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Okay, Raziel talking about how he senses that eventually we will be coming back here, but since the balcony that we jumped off of is out of reach, getting in will be a lot harder. And I wish you would face forward when I do that, Raziel, instead of turning to where I'm looking. But yeah, he also says, actually, mouse, that gem must be the same as the one with the other time streaming chamber. So whenever we get an ability to interact with those, then is when we will return here.
Alright. Makes sense. And that's a damn big gem.
Yeah.
And wait. I think I saw someone being a bit invaded and she lost her head.
Yeah, that must have been a vampire. Otherwise they wouldn't have bothered. Okay. Immediately, you little suckers.
Okay, the slugs looks some.
Yeah, they look better than Soul Reaver 1 and a lot better than the ones in Defiance.
Actually, yeah, for the ones in the files, what they did look disturbing, they look more goofy.
Yeah, they look like Igor.
Yeah, this one looks also goofy, but they look more goofy in a almost scary and twisted way instead.
Yeah. But the first Soul Reaver suffered a lot under the PlayStation's limited capabilities.
Yeah. As a side note, I think we likely be unable to play the very first Legacy of Kain games. You know, the very first one ever.
Yeah, Blood Omen. We would certainly get compatibility issues with that.
Yeah, for that one is
Here it comes.
30 years old maybe? Oh, almost.
I think it was still from the 90s, but even early 90s would be 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years-ish around, so give or take. I'm pretty sure, hopefully someone in the comments know that. Comments I cannot see.
Okay, they will just die as well. The finishers are just for looks. Anyways,
Alright.
let's get this back.
Chopper.
Yeah, these... They don't
Uh,
look like vampires really, but that might just be the modeling.
But they do have pointy ears, which vampires usually have.
Yeah, Raziel still has those.
Yeah, and I don't think elves are part of this game.
Yeah.
Over there!
Actually, for now, we don't... Okay, just throw that at us, so... Rude.
Taste my blade, vampire!
Yeah, like with the first, we don't have to fight every enemy. So, bye-bye.
Coward.
Would you otherwise want this game to be 2 hours of fighting these guys along the way?
I think one of the other ones have a bazooka shooting after you.
I think they were throwing stones. No, sticks and stones may break my bones, but I will just return from the ethereal world.
What the heck is that? What the heck is that thing?
A dog with a helmet of sorts.
Look more like... It looks like it's his own creature, like...
Oh, I see now what happened as well. It's not just that the Reaver is lessening our health. The physical Soul Reaver that we left behind, because, well, we can't bring it through gates and such. It sapped our soul, so that is why our health has dropped so much. I was expecting that to be less shallow.
Yeah, and that's the one of the guys shooting you with something again. Is it some sort of hand cannon?
We'll see in a bit, maybe. Well, something that Mobius also said. It looks like a crossbow, or it may be indeed a cannon. Hello, puppy.
Yeah, you see, that's not a dog. That's something else. What the heck is that?
Aziel, do you want to cast the spell? Or whatever it is, it's next to one of these checkpoints.
Oh!
So, bye-bye. No,
Is it? Never mind, it's not afraid of water. It's not afraid of water.
well, it wasn't crossing earlier. It is barking.
Is this some sort of mutant creature?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wait. Are those vulture pigeons?
Okay, they evaporate into green.
Okay, interesting wildlife, I have to say.
As I was saying, Mobius also said that he serves the same god as Raziel does, aka the Elder God. Then yeah, that Kain is a blight on the Circle of Life, of which we two already know a good amount. But for any new watchers, let's not spoil.
Vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seem to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believe that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
Yeah, Raziel talking about that, yes, these are vampires, but unlike the ghouls of the future, these, at least physically, seem to have retained much of their humanity, and, well, as much though Raziel still wants to wipe out vampirism, even he has to admit that this is just slaughter.
Yeah, a bit too extreme.
Come on, Okay. Yeah, everything we kill with the Reaver goes into that secondary bar. And that, I think it was said that if it's overfed, oh, hold, okay, then it will start eating away at us. But of course, if we kill with the Reaver, we can't heal ourselves from it, from the kills.
The pillars of Nosgoth, pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Mobius led me to you, Kain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Kain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Kain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nut Raptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented by suspicions of treachery, Nupraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the Circle, then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Kain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that. If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree, then, that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Kain.
There's a third option. A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Kain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
Okay, yeah, we really need to get audio back to you because that was basically the quote that was basically the quote at the top of TV Tropes page for this game. Yeah, what happened here with the pillars getting corrupted like this? This was the exact moment that Ariel, the previous Balance Guardian, was killed. Murdered by unknown forces, and then she was found by silly boy Nupraptor. And as the Mind Guardian and her lover, you can guess that that did not go too well, seeing as all the Guardians are symbiotically linked. Even Kain, who was born at the exact moment that Raziel died, because they the moment a Guardian dies, their successor is born. And yeah, with Nupraptor going a bit nutty in the brain, that infected the entire circle with madness, and Kain at birth.
Can you still hear me? Hillyan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, now your voice back.
Wait, was my voice silent there?
For a short moment. I think I saw you moving your lips at least.
Okay, what was the last that you heard?
I already forgot.
I'll give the shorthand then. You can watch the VOD if you want the full yeah, well, then you can watch Kain explain it. But the pillars turned black because Ariel was murdered at that exact moment. At that exact moment, also Kain was born.
That
Yeah.
I heard. Because towards the end there, I lost you. Errol died. Not Practical died.
No, he didn't die. He went mad, and because all of the pillar guardians are linked together, when he went mad, the entire the entire circle went mad, which led to, well, Kain was also struck with madness at birth, and that in 30 years from this point leads to Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, where he becomes a vampire and slays the entire circle except for himself. And then he had his speech of the third option, the coin flip. That once it lands on one side, he sacrifices himself, the pillars are restored, but the vampire race is eradicated completely, and thus accomplishing Mobius's goal of eradicating the vampires.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Kain to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Kain after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Well, that's a familiar symbol. And yeah, the last part was basically Kain's coin flip speech. One side, he sacrificed, pillars restored, but no more vampires. The other side, he refuses the sacrifice. The pillars collapse. Nosgoth decays, and okay, that was a good shift. But the vampire species lives on, and for Kain, more importantly, he lives on.
And I think your voice disappeared for a short moment there, but I think I know what you spoke about.
And yeah, then he basically said the third option of keep running, keep flipping the coin, and what if one day it lands on its edge?
Interesting.
Okay, did an entire family die here or something? Or actually, a lot of vampires died here.
Yeah, probably a lot of vampires and humans.
That reminds me of something with Duma. It was Duma, the last boss.
From the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
Yeah, that was him saying, from the moment I arrived, I had the feeling of being watched, and well, that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, I think we're going to get a better introduction to the one who stole us away from the abyss.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key.
Oh, there's a bit of a familiar sight.
And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
Yeah, that's a familiar sight indeed.
Now, what have we here? I can see why this place was locked up, and the hell are these?
Good question. Ghosts?
Are these the shadow elementals from Defiance?
They look more like... If they ghosts, they are definitely
Reaver's getting a bit overloaded. I don't want to I don't want to find out if little shit. I don't want to find out if when it completely fills that it instant kills or if it starts draining, but better not to risk the instant kill possibility.
Yeah. Oh, those. I don't think those are Shadow Demons from Defiance, for they never spat.
Yeah. There's some sort of demon and hello.
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Kain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel. Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Kain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Kain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Kain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your destiny is irresistible, Raziel. You are my Soul Reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast, end the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Kain's blood belongs on your hands.
Kain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Kain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Okay, yeah, it's the Elder God again. They were basically bickering back and forth a bit. Yeah, he's trying to tug at Raziel's strings as well. As for this here, yeah, the first thing that he talked about is that this place seems more ancient than anything else, and that it does not seem to be made by human hands. That is because it's not. These are the ancient vampires, the people who actually built the pillars in a war against a different kind of enemy.
The Hillyans. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And yeah, then falling to bloodlust for some reason. We know the reason. You may have forgotten the reason.
I remember the reason.
Yeah. But we're not going to tell because that would be spoiler.
True.
And let's see. Yeah, these save points are going to make ending the stream difficult at times. I think I'll keep going till we find one more. Yeah, 40 minutes-ish.
Yeah, I want to say you got 10 minutes. I realized, oh wait, you start a half hour later now. So
Yeah.
another 30 minutes there. So 40 minutes.
For the Elder Gods, for anyone new, the Elder Gods claims to be the middle of the circle of life, at the center of the wheel of life, the circle of rebirth and death. Basically, in Nosgoth, souls are supposed to be purified by him before they are reborn, but since vampires do not naturally die, that leaves a lot of souls stuck. Which means that there's a lot of corruption that's not getting cleaned out. Basically, there are a lot of souls that need a spring cleaning. And I think we need to jump over to somewhere else here. I can't get a look. Oh, it's down here. We have absolutely no need to fight these things. What is this? Okay, are we getting a bit Cthulhu now? I was joking, but that's a lot of eyes on it. Or depicted on it.
Did you even take a proper look at the Elder God?
Yeah.
We're already within that territory.
Yeah.
And now you ask that question.
Yeah. But anyways, we have Mobius, we have the Elder God, we have the Seraphim, we have Kain. We have a lot of factions trying to be busy here, and a lot of people trying to convince Raziel that they're the good guys instead of the other ones. Who is right, who is wrong? And we can only find out. Hopefully by swimming through this place and finding the way out.
Something tells me this water is not hygienic.
Yeah, there's a giant squid in it for one. I think I
Yeah.
just doubled back on myself. Or not. Okay, that went better than I expected. I thought I'd just fall back in. Oh.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Okay, Raziel just monologuing about ending up in this swamp instead of, well, the grasslands from before, or the forest. Also, spotting the chamber up ahead, the time-streaming chamber, but also noticing that he does not have the means to break that lock yet. And, okay, that slows us down a lot.
And that's a huge skull with a stick. Wait, did
Come
she?
here, you.
Did she just do a friendly kill?
Not sure. Okay, just... That's not going to be good for your neck, Raziel, doing that, whatever that is. You are just going to keep on being annoying throughout the entire game, aren't you? How did she miss me there?
Well, you are rather skinny.
True.
Though you do have a quite muscular spine.
Well, it's not. It's only really spine that's left, since all of the flesh and, well, I presume most of the muscle was burned off.
Yeah, which would tell me that's quite a thick spine.
Yeah. Come on, Raziel, open it up. Don't hump it. That'll work. Oh, that's Vorador.
So, my lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough. This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the Circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
Okay, that did clarify a bit. That was Vorador, yes, and it was Vorador who slaughtered the Circle, but why the depiction of Janus in the as well, or
Now, they show pictures of Vorador killing them, then they show Janos being killed.
yeah, after terrorizing the land or something, Vorador escaped their grasp, obviously, because he's here. And this is recent enough to the death of the Boy King. I keep forgetting. I don't actually care much for his name. But yeah,
William the Pure?
yeah, probably. That was his tomb earlier that we found with the Reaver.
Oh, wait,
Everything
no,
started going disco.
I just remember, it was William the Just.
Yeah. And then he became William the Dead.
Yeah. Problem is, his name is so generic, it's hard to pinpoint it.
Yeah. giving someone the name William in a game is as good as a death sentence to not being remembered.
But there's too many famous Williams.
Yeah. So much so that they all have to be remembered by their freaking nickname.
Yeah, I would say this though. It's still better than Knob Raptor.
Yeah. I should probably put that on a freaking shirt. Knob Raptor, pillar guardian of being an idiot, of pillar guardian of stupid names.
Yes, Raptors are cool, but adding Knob in front of Raptor just it somehow just degrades it.
Yeah.
There appeared to be a passage here, leading northward into the mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Okay, another observation of a pass that we can't get to, and noting that we might be able to get through it later. Yeah, the only knobs who are somewhat cool are orcs. Because there are actually orc types in Warhammer 40k, or an orc type, that are called knobs, and they're basically the biggest outside of outright boss type orcs.
Yeah, here's the fun thing. Knob is an actual word. It's short for noble.
Okay, I wouldn't call orcs noble in any sort of way.
Yeah, but orc knobs is the closest thing they have to it.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these ruins even more intriguing. I recognized these arcane symbols from the chamber beneath the pillars, and realized that this shrine too was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Yeah. Razio recognizes the symbols as the same of... Okay, that should have snapped his freaking spine, no matter how thick it is.
Yeah, and I think this is the game that focuses very much on ancient vampire history.
Yeah.
The Fires did that as well, but in a different manner.
Yeah. We are the only one who can open these doors, and that's the freaking sun symbol, or the light symbol up there. Those temples were an absolute pain. Don't tell me we're going there, that we're heading for a sun temple again. How did you get in here? Moreover, who are you? What are you? Oh, you're a skeleton.
I guess no one told him that the temple company has fallen and all that. So I guess he's been standing guard there without no one telling him that his job is over.
Yeah, and we're just going to ignore that his shield is up. Oh no, thank you. Is this a freaking mirror?
Supposed to disappear again.
Yeah, but that was basically a skeleton.
Wait, hold on. Are you unable to hear me when I can hear you?
I can hear you, yeah.
Were you able to hear me telling you that the voice disappeared again?
Not... That I didn't hear just now. Or I heard you telling there, but I didn't hear you saying about the voice getting cut off again.
Okay. Okay, my voice channel is green, so I don't know if the problem is on your end or mine.
Or Discord could be having issues again.
Yeah, but just before you go silent for a moment, your mic does an echoey sound.
Okay. Just freaking die, you stupid. Get in. Knowing... Yeah, they are literally just fodder to feed on. They are
Yeah.
they are annoyingly stubborn to kill for that. And I hear even more of the past. Oh yeah, we can't climb in the spirit world. At least not yet.
Weird. But alright.
Yeah, now I'm thinking, what was Giannis's crimes according to the Seraphim then? Was it just for being a vampire?
Probably just for being a vampire, and I think he was mostly the one trying to make sure they found the new pillar guardians and all that. Some they took peacefully, and some other they just outright kidnapped, if I remember right.
Another mirror or sigil. Another dude that is sticking something else to do something so we can move on and well go do more things elsewhere.
So I think in my gig.
Yeah.
Let's go into the do what's it and okay, I can't remember all those weird words people used in the past.
Let's see. Again, one of these cauldrons.
Perhaps you can make garlic soup. Never mind, maybe not garlic soup. That's probably not good for Rusty herself.
Well, he isn't a vampire anymore. He is a wraith. He himself wasn't affected by Mobius's anti-vampire spray. Oh, hello.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race, the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the pillars' chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
Yeah, more depiction of the ancient vampires and their enemies, and well, depiction of the Soul Reaver in in the reverence of an ancient of a holy artifact. Give me. I said gimme. Okay, screw that then.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, it's another one. Another one of you, huh? I thought I thought that was another vampire hunter. Yeah, I wasn't really paying too much attention to my enemy. Off with you. In with you.
Okay.
Yeah, he just dashed them a freaking part. Ah, there we go. Simple platforming.
Be right back.
Alright.
Don't die.
Can't promise. This looks important. Nice necklace, it's a bit oversized though. This is going to be a light puzzle. Let's see. The moon. Shielding. Okay, this is where one of those mirrors must go. This is also where there seems to be light coming in. Or either way, we're going to have to place something there. Somehow deal with that moon being in the way. Or maybe it needs to be in the way. Cast a shadow and... Okay, now I know. This time the problem that I had with Soul Reaver 1 is reversed. Is that doing anything there? I think it's doing a bit, but yeah, I only now noticed. Uh, hey, hey there, you're playing this on PC? Yes, this is on PC. Did you install this with DXWind? No, I think I've heard of DXWind, but I tried to get it to work before, but that was the GOG version. Um, yeah, let's throw that up to max. Sorry, I only now just noticed that it's how extremely dark it is on that side. Yeah, 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 I think the effect is only minimal, and that just makes everything look like light brown on this end.
And back, and why is this so dark?
Yeah, we jumped down into something right here, and yeah, this is going to be a light puzzle. What if I do this? Yeah, apparently this time we have a bit of the reverse of with Soul Reaver 1. And someone else in the chat, okay, it closes behind us again, but wait, why are there two entrances to this place then? There's a way up from up there to get in as well.
Okay. You said something about someone in the chat?
Yeah, they asked, did you patch this with DXWind? I think it was one of the programs that I tried to use to get this to work on, or to get the GOG version to work. But yeah, that failed. But after this stream, I'll look into that again. Maybe that'll fix this darkness problem. Sorry again for not noticing that earlier, for anyone watching.
It's not been that dark until you enter that room. At least on my end.
Yeah, there is a significant difference between here. For this is looking dark green over here. For me, it's more light green.
Same for me.
It's still dirty green, but oh, but with Reaver on, to imbue with dark. I'm pressing action.
I feel that they should have adjusted the D for. I misread that as park. Imbue it with Jurassic Park.
I think this has to be activated somehow then. But a quick little note to make here.
Buy milk.
SR2 DXWND. Sorry to have to step out. You didn't miss too much. Yeah, you asked that. I tried. I tried to stream the GOG version of this before this, on Saturday. It just refused to work, so I had to stream something else. I think I think it's DirectX Wind or something, or supposed to call it. Yeah, at least I tried that program. It didn't work with the GOG version. This is the Steam version, so I can try it again after this. So now what? Okay, there's something up there. Okay, I thought those were vampire hunters, but those are just skeletons. And here we have another. No, this just goes to the same place.
The skeletons are some kind of mummy, but they seem to have something attached to them still.
Yeah. Anyways, in there is some sort of light puzzle, for which we are going to need the mirror that's over here. Only problem is that we can't climb to it. So let's have a look in the spirit realm. It didn't deform that much. Yeah, as I said, this is the Steam version without that WX wind and so after this tomorrow I'll see about using that to help improve things. Hopefully make this game stream brighter. I get the feeling we're missing something, and we are getting closer to our mark. We need to find another save station. Actually, let's just move around like this for a bit so I can look.
Yeah, was there anyone nearby?
That other what? That other cauldron?
Save station, but I don't know how
Not
far
really.
apart you are.
We found it 15 minutes ago.
Oh, right.
I doubt there will be anything else to see here. And actually the door locked us in at the front, so yeah, there is absolutely nothing for us to do there. I'm just missing something over here. That is for sure. We need to get up to the elevated area over here. That looks like a passageway.
I like the... Oh, go on.
I'm obviously missing something, so for now I'm just going to climb back up here and then shift into the physical, into the spectral realm.
Alright, so this was his whole about this then. I like to see if they updated the combat system and variety. You can use swords, axes, and not just sticks. But I will take away a point for them to have this kind of save station.
Yeah.
Is not the best idea for this. For they had a already good system on the other one in regard to saving.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they did this. For this seems to be a downgrade. And in the other games I see they have these kinds of save stations. They usually have at least more of them to balance that out. And in this game, from what I see, they do not have many of them.
And yeah, I just do not see how to continue here.
Yeah, I don't see.
Maybe I'm just being blind yet again. There's something with that dark thing, but that just doesn't work. And I need to be at full health again. Sit still and get eaten.
They seem a bit more agile.
Actually, just you over there. Nope. These things exist only to be fucking annoying.
There we go.
Wait.
We missed that.
Okay. So yeah, once more, I was just being an idiot.
Let's make that a rule. Always inspect if you can interact with anything.
Okay, I'm guessing we're supposed to be able to turn that thing as well. this is a different area. This isn't where we want to go to get that disc, but I'm guessing it's going to lead to it. Now I'm going to ignore the freaking slugs and hope that there's a spirit nearby. There isn't. You get here. Get. Great. What? When did that one? Is this where these bastard things get the ability to drain other souls? Because I'm pretty sure I, well, at least made that other one in see-through. Since this is here, I'm guessing that there are... Give me... Raziel. There we go.
I was starting to wonder if those were actually for once decorations. Wait. Oh.
Okay, that's a bunch of them.
I think I may realize what the heck those are.
Skeletons.
Vampire skeletons.
Yep, come on. Ah. Just fucking die. Let's yell, grab it. I have to be standing still to grab it.
I think it's easier to grab the one that's on the floor.
Come on, get rid of you. And get out. Right, we have to turn this, that's pretty clear. Now that way. Was that supposed to activate something? Okay, why did we just fall out?
You know what? Nobody beside gravity. And wait. Oh wait, there was that.
There doesn't seem to be anything of value down here.
That's the kind of wall. I put someone there earlier.
Yeah,
there,
this is the way back out.
Oh.
I want to look over there, but apparently they've removed the look button. There's the game. Mouse. Well, if we could open this gate here, then that also means that we can open the other one over there with the sun disk. But it also means, once again, that we need to get a freaking soul here.
And
no slug. We said that in synchronization.
Yeah. You might have been the one playing it, but I think we both dislike them.
Yeah.
And I think it seems they buffed them up a bit in this game. Like they are a bit more jumpy.
Yeah.
Well, the first ones were also sort of jumpy, but jumpy and they were not really tactical about the jumping. This one seems to be
they were skittering.
trying to jump away.
In Defiance, they were skittering all over the place.
Yeah. But they're more like cowardly. But this one actually tries to dodge you and block you.
Wait. Ah, over this way.
What the heck is that?
And we also have a new enemy type in here.
Is that a slug on steroids?
Looks like it. Oh, and now I remember something. We were talking about Duma before we were interrupted by a cutscene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was different in that he had a spectral form. That was because of something that I'd forgotten throughout games. Because remember those Reaper enemies? The ones that leached our energy from us?
Yep.
Yeah, those were vampire souls that basically became spirits, and their blood-sucking ability turned to, well, energy-sucking.
Yep, I recall that.
And yeah, Duma was basically an upgraded version of that. Because, well, he had died, but his soul couldn't go anywhere for who knows how many centuries.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we really need a freaking save station. And I thought I didn't get any souls there, but it seems my energy has refilled anyways. So let's just freaking hope that there's a save station around here somewhere, otherwise this is going to go on for quite a bit more. You two spitting assholes, stay away. Okay, just to climb. I'd like it if you respond to me pressing buttons, game. Okay, those two should see a doctor and probably quarantine for 2 weeks.
Oh dear. I think these rascals have been quarantined for quite longer than that.
Yeah. And there was one more thing that I wanted to bring up. It's 30 years to the time of Blood Omen, first. From there on, it was, I think, 500 years until Kain raised the Seraphim priest. It might have been that he didn't. Yeah, I don't think it's said anywhere that he specifically waits 500 years. And then we have at the start of Soul Reaver 1, Raziel says that he has served Kain for over a millennium. I think at times it changes a bit between 500 years and a full 1,000. I'm not sure. And even after that, thank you, it also takes about 500 years. Wait, where am I going to stick this if I... over there. Another 500 year-ish between Raziel getting thrown into the abyss and him getting revived. So, with this... what I'm going to is that in this game it takes place between 1530 years to 2030 years in the past compared to the previous game.
That's... The time travels in this game does make the timelines a bit confusing.
Okay, we're supposed to have light in this chamber.
But you're holding one, so...
Yeah, a stronger light than this.
Holding one, alright.
Let's see. We have a quarter moon, we have no moon. We have full moon. And we have 3/4 or half moon. So 3/4 moon. Okay.
It's either moon or sun or wait.
Wait, shoot projectiles at puzzle targets. Does it mean these?
I kind of wonder if those are supposed to be the sun and the moon in an eclipse.
Yeah, it could also be. Yeah, it seems more like an eclipse.
Yeah, but had it not been for those fire things around it, I would agree with you on moon. But if they're supposed to be a moon, then yeah, they're not really. They sort of make it a bit confusing.
Shut up, game, but if you're going to tell me to shoot at puzzle targets, give me an actual target to shoot at.
Will it... Wait. What if it's not those you're supposed to shoot at? What if it's the bracers?
I doubt that. There we go.
Yeah, that one looks very obvious.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, with this, because of the Reaver symbol, Reaver shot. Okay, now this thing needs to be aimed at the full sun. Turn that thing off. And I'm thinking that should be that. This place is lit up now more. So that's going to presume that's a yes.
I hope it's a yes.
Does it look more bright over there? And wait, where are we now? Okay, we're... I might just be misleading myself. Let's just keep turning this thing until something happens. Are you going to make me walk all the way back, game? Yeah, this seems like the logical choice. Actually, let's keep our camera on there. And if we turn it away, nothing changes there with the lighting. So that was just me thinking things. And we are at 2 hours. But yeah, no save station, so I can't really end. I could run all the way back to the previous one, but that was half an hour ago.
Yeah, and it's definitely gonna know this game be a lot of battles to get there.
Okay, for now I'll just presume that it's on the right point now, otherwise we'll be having to walk back another freaking end. Let's just double check one last time.
That is odd. For
Wait, can I pull this back off?
nope.
We need one of those.
Is there something else we're missing around there?
Yeah, this is showing an eclipse in stages. Before the eclipse, first part of the eclipse, second half of the eclipse, full eclipse.
What if you also... Okay, let's go around to see if something happens to the statue.
What is this actually? Oh. That... That's the movie, the cinematics.
Alright.
Let's give the... Like that is going to be of much help, game.
I wonder why show those markings.
It has to be turned to something. Wait. Was that there before? No, that seems to be water all around.
Yeah, there seems to be water, and
Hold on. We have one last option to do. That's the one that I keep forgetting. Let's see. Is there anything different now like this?
and it does look a bit malformed, but yeah, it did get a bit weirdly shaped, so it makes me wonder if there is something going on.
That's everywhere in the spectral realm.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Can we just play? Nope.
Must be something we are missing in here, but what are we missing?
That light needs to be reflected somewhere. That is obvious. There's nothing over there to reflect it.
But that doesn't really look like reflective either.
So actually we are dealing with another light temple and it's just as freaking annoying as the previous one. Or the next one.
Is there something down here we're missing?
A bunch of annoying skeletons.
Hello.
And no, I'm not seeing anything. And here we already have to switch again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm heading back for the save point.
Yeah, for that.
This puzzle is being stupid. Maybe the only thing that I can really think of now is that somehow, without us actually seeing it, we are...
Hold on. I just noticed something. The pillars in here are showing a crescent mark.
A crescent what?
They're basically showing a moon.
The crescent moon, yeah? Okay, so maybe we have to... Okay.
Maybe it's nothing, but perhaps we did miss something in there.
Let's keep our eyes open for a bit of moon iconography. And why the hell is this fire here, actually?
That is curious.
Okay, let's see if we can just steal a soul from these things. Okay, we're going to give that a try. Set it to the first to the to the second part of the eclipse. So that is shining in completely different direction. Actually, that way is the end, and that way is the main gate-ish.
Yeah, hopefully in the other we could perhaps see if the pillars are telling something what they're supposed to be.
Game! I will sit here until I'm fed. Yes, Raziel can be a big baby at times. That wasn't enough. Another. That'll do.
I have another. Eats 5. Yeah, I feel, seem like, yeah, they still got a story, but they really need... I hope, if they ever make another game, I really hope they have fixed up their game
Combat.
skills.
Yeah, the combat and gameplay.
Yeah, it seems the compass are going somewhat the right way, but not entirely the right, fully way right. They're just minor fixes.
Now,
Not enough.
this was a big improvement compared to the original, at the very least, but for modern, it is inadequate to say the least.
Yeah.
Okay, iconography, Reaver, full sun.
Let's see here. Put on the pillars. Does the pillar say anything? Wait, one of the pillars says something.
A pillar with the sun in front of it. Wait. Ah!
So it was something with the pillars, just not the way we expected. So the pillars should.
This better open up a save station.
Yeah. What the?
And that that lifted a sort of mystical darkness or an illusionary wall from the looks of it.
Yeah. Come on, save station.
And there's the thing that we had to get.
Which hopefully means save station.
Okay, this thing we have to put behind that moon. Yes, enough gawking, just grab it. Okay, just
Why did I half expect him try to hide it under his scarf?
Okay, I doubt that we can jump like this. But Oh! Thank you, game, for at least sparing us to have to go the entire way around.
I saw a checkpoint on the other side of the wall.
Do I put this? No, this doesn't go here. This goes over here. And then I'm guessing that we have to turn the light towards this. There is still also the other side over there for you people. To Raziel's right here, actually. That doesn't reflect light. Okay, I'm guessing we have to find something else still. Really not liking having to extend this stream so much.
Yeah, 5-10 minutes is fine, but
this is 15 minutes already now.
Yeah, a half an hour and even 1 hour extended due to unable to find a save station. That's just...
Yeah, with this game we're going to have to call things early then from now on. And I still do not see anything to be done down here, because we need to be up there, which is where we can get to. You just leave me the fuck alone and... I said leave me the fuck alone! Okay, let's just have one more good look around here. Maybe I'm missing something obvious again. There's the Soul Reaver sigils, but those weren't interactable before unless they were shiny. Okay. Camera movement is going to be a bit fast. Actually, can we... Let me try something here. Nope, can't light it on fire. being down here just feels like being in a trap or something. I think the only reason this door is here is I will fucking end you again. Actually, give me that sword. There.
Yeah, most extra annoying when you just wanna save.
I'm just heading back to the previous save station. Wait a minute, maybe something. If I point this towards the door, will that keep it open? Or maybe that can allow this one to reflect light towards the moon now. Gimme. No, that still closed the door and... We need to find something to put in here, obviously.
That golf ball?
No, that's supposed to be the moon, but
I
I mean over here.
Yeah, I know. I just put it up to you that you really. Oh. Now it's typically stupid. You just got knocked that stone on up from that peg and just put it there.
But we're just heading back. We're going to that save station and going to end this stream because this has gone on long enough and I'm just running around in circles again.
Yeah, and it is. I can see it's getting very annoying at the moment.
Yeah.
Especially when the game seems to know you'll get annoyed.
If that door is locking us out, or locking us in, I'm just going to end it, and it will start from the save that we made there.
Yeah, at least this time we know.
Because if the game blocks you off from save stations until you've completed the stupid area, that is going to be an immediate do not play recommendation for me, because that is just atrocious game design. And well, you can get the story of this game by watching a YouTube video of the cinematics. And the gameplay isn't really all that impressive either. Okay, it does let us out. That was my annoying speaking, plain and simple. Which is also a sign that I need to stop this stupid thing.
Yeah, I understand you, and do not blame you.
Where was that last one?
It should be nearby, wasn't it?
I think it's over here. Which means that next time when we start, we'll have to go around this whole area again. Wait, wasn't this the entrance? I think that was where we entered from, yeah. But I might as well sign off, or start signing off. No, that is where we went. Anyways, anyone who has been watching and enduring this along with us, thank you. Be it that you were watching this live whilst in the 2 weeks that this is up, or on YouTube later, you fuck off. Yeah, thank you for watching. Next time, I'll spare you people of me walking back to where we were at the very least. But we will be continuing this, and I'm just going to look it up. I'm just going to look up what the hell the solution is.
Yeah, this is one of the things we definitely need to be walkthrough ready.
So, yeah. Thank you as well, Drakir, for co-commentating.
You're welcome.
And this has been Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2 with 20 minutes extra. See you all next time. Plain and simple as that. And what was the shortcut now again? Not that one. Not. I changed these freaking. I'm pretty sure I changed those shortcuts, but apparently not. Anyways, again then, laters.